All right, here comes Brian Imes. Imes taking this fight on short notice to get into the main event. A long striker out of Kansas City, Missouri. A professional record of 8 up and 11 down for the Master of Thumpology. I'm not sure if that is a recognized science or not. Thumpology. But I'll take it as Brian Imes getting checked out. Take a look at the tail of the tape right there. Couple of fighters that are above 6 feet tall, long and strong, as Imes heads up to the cage, and we eagerly await the appearance. That is the 3-year-off reappearance of Alton Bowman Cunningham.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, Alton, the Bowman Cunningham.
And here comes a hometown hero in Alton Cunningham. The last time that Cunningham was in the cage here at Monona Terrace was Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 9. A lot of years have passed since then. In fact, about 6 of them. And the last time Cunningham has fought at all has been almost 3 years since we saw him in the UFC Contenders Series, in which Cunningham lost in that one. It has been a long road back for Cunningham, whose record now stands at 7-2. But this crowd is ready to erupt as he heads up to the cage. Let's get to the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Brought to you by Kearns Motor Car Company. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man weighed in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, representing Garrison Community Center, Brian, the Master of Thumpology, Imes. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He also weighed in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Madison, Wisconsin, and representing Chosen Few Gym, Alton, the Bowman Cunningham.
Cunningham is fast, he is strong, he can be an electric fighter. We'll see if the layoff has put any rust onto the Bowman as he is set to square off in this main event here at Monona Terrace against Brian Imes.
Yeah, Imes right away pressing the action into a clinch. Oh, double underhooks for Alton. Alton back at the Chosen Few MMA gym after his long layoff, and must have paid off for him because that was a good outside trip with double underhooks. Imes controlling the wrist, was looking for a submission, but Alton just securing his position on top. Probably going to look to pass here, maybe land some ground and pound, as Imes was looking for the lockdown position, now just trying to keep Alton from passing and maybe trying to elevate to get him up from on top of him.
It's funny, in our last fight, we saw JT Schulte and Keegan Jennerich, 2 grapplers that were doing a lot of striking. Now we're taking a look at a couple of guys who are known for striking, doing a lot of grappling, as that often seems to happen in these fights, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, Alton being out for so long, it's a little bit different when you're actually in there, the lights are on. You got a guy with, you know, 4-ounce gloves on trying to tag you as hard as he can. So, you know, maybe not a bad idea. Get him to the ground, get a little comfortable in there. Especially when you're on top, it's a real safe way to do it. And then if it gets back to the feet, you can find your groove again. But right now, Brad Imes has got a body triangle, which really doesn't do much of anything but prevent Alton from passing. And, you know, right now, Alton's just kind of controlling, pinning him down. He's got to get his hands to the inside and maybe look to make some space to land some ground and pound, but not much going for either guy right now. Alton just on top, controlling.
Alton looking to get his hands free and strike Imes here in the center of the cage as we are getting going for our main event. And Alton,
get up.
Yep, going to get up to his feet. And let's go back to some striking, boys. Cunningham with a good body shot to push Imes back, and now they will clinch up against the cage.
So Alton was the one that directed Imes to get back to the feet, and he threw a couple decent strikes. Don't know if they quite found their mark, but then immediately pushes Imes back into the cage to get a double underhook and start working against the cage. So I don't know if his game plan is to wear Imes out a little bit and look for the cleaner shots, but no, that was an unfortunate, unintentional, very clean knee to the nether regions. Not
so good, as Imes going to need a minute to compose himself, as Cunningham will try and stay loose as he goes to a neutral corner. I don't know how you do that in a circular cage, but somewhere there is a corner in there. Talking about Cunningham, what can those layoffs do? I mean, I've seen fighters come, sometimes they come out of it, they look pretty good. Sometimes guys will go into a long layoff they never seem to get back from.
It all depends on what you're doing. Good catch of the kick there for Alton. Then sometimes guys just need that reset, you know, mentally, physically, could be both. As long as you take the appropriate time and don't just, you know, if you plan on retiring and then come back and be hard, but if you just need a reset, it can be beneficial. And, you know, so far, doesn't look bad for Alton. He seems pretty comfortable in there. He took a shot, didn't freak out. Now he's putting the pressure on Imes and landing some strikes of his own.
A right cross followed by an uppercut from Cunningham, as we're 3 minutes into the first round of a 3-round fight from main event here in Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 20, the return of Alton Cunningham, the fight that the fans have been waiting for all night long. And believe me, these fans are ready to erupt.
Oh, nice little jumping knee there from the clinch for Alton. And Imes, you know, he's a game fighter. He's still in there swinging back against a younger, strong guy. And good right hand, and this could be it for
Imes in trouble, and that's going to do it. Imes had just landed a good right, and then he got knocked out, a right and a left from Cunningham, and he finishes off the master of thumpology by thumping Imes here in round number 1. A victorious and triumphant Alton Bowman Cunningham in his return to the cage here at the Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 20. We'll put a cherry on top of this thing when we return on TVW. Let's take a look at the knockout. A right hand that sent Imes to the canvas, and then a combination, and quickly it was over as Imes kind of lost his way there and was definitely out on the mat, as Cunningham will improve to 8-2 in a triumphant return to the Chosen Few Fighting Championships here at Monona Terrace, as everyone excited for Cunningham. Look at this. That's what the crowd was waiting for all night, and they got what they wanted out of Cunningham. Whatever rust he has, it looks like he shook it off there.
Yeah.
As we will get the official word right now.
All right, how about a round of applause for these two fighters? Your referee, Tom Davalos, has called a halt to this contest. 3 minutes, 21 seconds of the very first round. declaring your winner by TKO, Alton, the Bowman Cunningham.
The crowd loves it. What a way to finish off the night here at Monona
All right,
Terrace.
buddy.
Let's hear
Ladies
from
and gentlemen,
Bowman.
he's back.
What's up, Madison, Wisconsin?
That was awesome.
First off, I want to give a shout out to Josh Terry for putting on a hell of a show. Also, Chosen Few Gym, my training partners, Coach Kane Rizzo, my coach, best friend Ernest Spurlock, and want to give a shout out to everybody who came out here to see me today. It's been 2.5 years since I last competed. I've been through a lot of things personally, physically, and when I first stepped away from the sport and retired from the sport, I stepped away because I was half-assing this game. I wasn't being a professional, and I promised myself that I love the game. I love the sport too much to half-ass this shit. Now, this time, I'm gonna do it the right way, and we'll see how far we take this thing.
You know, Alton, I was impressed when you started using your ground game. You took him down. He's a gangly, really long guy.
Hey, let me tell you, man, you train with wrestlers every day. That's what happened. You know, so, when I knew what I was getting to when I joined Chosen Few. And, those guys were making me a real-rounded fighter. Mark Leminger's, he's kicking my ass every day, too. You know what I mean? We beating each other up. So, we just grinding, man. We're grinding.
Well, you two go way back. You fought here a long time ago, didn't you?
Yeah, we go way back, man. He showed me a lesson in grappling when I was an amateur, I try to get him back in the gym sometimes.
Well, sir, it was a pleasure to see you back in the cage, and I'm sure we'll see you a lot more in the future.
All right, to everybody who came to see me, I promise you I'm going to stay after. I'll take a picture with anybody who wants a picture. But again, thank everybody for coming. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Bowman, Alton Cunningham.
An excited and an exuberant Alton Cunningham exits the cage victorious here tonight. We'll come back out to Monona Terrace and we'll wrap this thing up. Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 20 on TVW.